Hi everyone and welcome to my Rediscovering Play vlog number 1. On Saturday I was part of the panel at the Stirling screening of the Resilience film, and part of the discussion we had afterwards was all about play and how that is so important. Afterwards, I've had a really busy weekend and it has only really been this morning that I had a chance to sort of reflect on all the conversations that we had. I kind of had a bit of a light bulb moment and was thinking about my 2 children in terms of what opportunities they had had for play in their early years. It really made me realise that actually they've not had the opportunities that they really need. A lot of this was because it was a time when our eldest was moving, care placements, when he came to us, and when he was just really struggling with school. And in fact, both of them have really struggled with school. When they're in that complete flight or fight mode, they just aren't able to accept any of the learning that's going on, and that includes the play. One kind of analogy that I really always revert back to is a brick wall, thinking about the different layers of a wall, and children that have suffered any kind of adverse childhood experiences have missed out on some of the bottom layers of bricks, and it is up to us, parents, teachers, people concerned with children that have had these instances of trauma, to allow them to go back and revisit these different stages that they've missed. And so what I decided was that for the next 7 weeks, I am going to make my house very much like a nursery again, and we are going right back to basics and doing lots and lots of play. So over the next 7 weeks, I am going to have a vlog for each week, and you will get to see the kinds of things that we've been getting up to. At the end of each week, I'll be able to do a little bit of reflection as well on how well this has gone. So hold on tight, we're going to be having a lot of fun.
Was I drawn into your orbit, or were you drawn into mine? In any case, you've given me a new reason to shine. The circles we're revolving, spinning recklessly around, growing tighter by the hour, till the flash and then the sound, and for a moment 2 are one, glowing with the brilliance of a multiplying sun. But even stars will one day fall, and I won't shed a tear, 'cause for a time we had it all. In a darker time I floated like a lantern in the sky, alone until the moment that I saw you flying by. I don't know where you came from or the way the wind will blow.
We are out with the intention of finding the biggest puddle and splashing as much as we can. Let's go! Yay! Right, ready?
Even as we start to fall, I won't shed a tear, 'cause for a time we had it all. When I met you at the bus stop, I was waiting for a ride. Instead I found a future when you sat by me inside. All the roads that we have traveled through the land and in our lives, returning like a spiral as the dimming sun arrives. And when the stars were all aligned, you pulled me in your orbit as I pulled you into mine. And when the time has come to fall, I won't shed a tear, 'cause for a time we had it all. When I met you at the bus stop, I was waiting for a ride. Instead I found a future when you sat by me inside. All the roads that we have traveled through the land and in our lives, returning like a spiral as the dimming sun arrives. And when the stars were all aligned, you pulled me in your orbit as I pulled you into mine. And when the time has come to fall, I won't shed a tear, 'cause for a time we had it all. When I met you at the bus stop, I was waiting for a ride. Instead I found a future when you sat by me inside. All the roads that we have traveled through the land and in our lives, returning like a spiral as the dimming sun arrives. And when the stars were all aligned.
It's the end of our first week of play, and I cannot believe how quickly the week has gone. It has been so much fun, and the boys have just completely gotten into it, which has been amazing. What I have found is that I have had to been very structured with the play, so it's very much me telling them we're doing this now and then we're going to move on to this and on to the next thing. They have asked a couple of times if they can go out themselves in the garden and do some of just their own play, but what I have found is that they have actually found that very challenging, and within 5 minutes they are beating the living daylights out of each other. And whilst part of that is just brothers, it is a lot more than that for them. I feel that they just cannot cope with unstructured play. And so what I'm hoping over the 7 weeks is to develop some sort of structure that still allows them to be a little bit more freer as well. So I might have 5 or 6 activities laid out in the garden, and they can pick and choose between them. And you know, what I'll do is maybe just have 2 or 3 activities to begin with and gradually increase the number, because they just can't cope with any more than that. This week we have had lots of things that have been great fun. They've loved the baking, making ice lollies. They absolutely loved being out splashing in the puddle and thought it was hilarious that I was splashing as well. And one comment that really struck me was Tom asked if I thought that I was a kid again. And it made me quite sad in a way that, you know, as adults, we don't really go and play like we used to as a child. So maybe that is something that we need to try and do a little bit more. One of their favourite activities this week that they have been talking to everybody about is playing hide and seek in the house. How simple, but they absolutely loved it. And I think they found it hilarious that I was in fact the best at hide and seek, because I was the only one that could keep quiet in my hiding place, whereas the pair of them were giggling away the whole time. So next week, another full-on week of play ahead. I nipped to the shops yesterday and have bought a few different bits and pieces to help us. Water balloons that I'm sure the boys will love. Badminton set, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes with them. Bubbles, which of course the boys absolutely love. I only bought one for each of them. Perhaps I should have bought one for myself as well. This here, it's like a frisbee, something we can play together out in the garden. And I am using Pinterest to get lots of ideas as well, although our internet is down at the moment, so I am only managing to pick up bits and pieces. But join us next week and find out what we get up to.
We had